Once upon a time, there was a man named Napoleon Bonaparte. He was the Emperor of France and had conquered much of Europe. However, his reign was not without opposition. The British, Dutch, and Prussian armies had formed an alliance against him, and they were determined to stop him from expanding his empire any further. On June 18, 1815, the two sides met on the battlefield in Waterloo, Belgium. Napoleon led the French army, which was composed of around 72,000 soldiers. The Allied forces numbered around 118,000 soldiers and were led by the Duke of Wellington and General Blücher. The battle began early in the morning when the French army launched an attack on the Allied forces. The French army was able to break through the Allied lines and push them back. However, the Allied forces were able to regroup and launch a counterattack, which pushed the French army back. The battle raged on for several hours, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The French army was able to hold its ground for most of the day, but as the day wore on, they began to run out of ammunition and supplies. The Allied forces were able to take advantage of this and launched a final assault on the French army. The final assault was led by the Prussian army, which had arrived on the battlefield later in the day. The Prussian army was able to catch the French army off guard and launch a surprise attack. The French army was unable to withstand this final assault, and they were forced to retreat.
The Battle of Waterloo was a decisive victory for the Allied forces. The French army suffered around 25,000 casualties, while the Allied forces suffered around 23,000 casualties. Napoleon Bonaparte was captured by the British and exiled to the island of St. Helena, where he would spend the rest of his life. The Battle of Waterloo marked the end of an era. It brought an end to the Napoleonic Wars and the French Empire, which had been one of the most powerful empires in Europe. The battle also marked the beginning of a new era, with the rise of the British Empire and the start of a period of peace and stability in Europe. In conclusion, the Battle of Waterloo was a pivotal moment in European history. It was a battle that changed the course of history and marked the end of an era. The battle was fought with bravery and determination by both sides, and it will always be remembered as one of the most significant battles in European history.